So we're back on the TEAC here. We made a couple of mistakes, and we're going to correct right now. For instance, we put two belts, and I was looking through parts of a manual that I had found online, and it says that it only requires one belt, that there are two slots for two belts, but that's for 50 hertz and 60 hertz. So it needs to go on the back side for 60 hertz. And that's what that switch is for in there, to switch the motor to 60 hertz, from 50 hertz to 60 hertz. So we're going to correct that. And as well, we're going to see about this thing here, because I'm pretty sure this thing is supposed to move and it doesn't move. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to. So that's going to be the second thing we're going to fix. But so the belt, these two belts, we really only need the back one, so this front one needs to come off. And I don't want to sacrifice the belt, so what we're going to do is, let's see if we can do, we have to take both belts off for now, and we have to swap them. Well, I guess we could, well, I got to get this one away from the front anyway. So let's do that. Let's just, it doesn't matter which belt comes off, as long as one of them comes off. And then we can just put the other one back on. But there's this piece back in here. Let's get a light on it. You can remove this little bridge right here, and removing that bridge should have enough room to get the belt through that, behind that little hole right there. Should be able to get that belt out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do that through this hole. So let's take, let me see if there's an adjustment. If there's no adjustment, well, maybe there is a little adjustment. I guess what we could do is just, let's see, can we get to the other screw? No. Yeah, we could. Alright, we'd probably just loosen it and just swing it out of the way. That should be good. And now we should be able to pull one of those belts through the back, which is what we're going to do. Let's see. Alright, let's pull. I guess it doesn't matter which one, but it's kind of interesting here, trying to get them untangled, because I did a number here just now by tangling them up. There's not much room in here. Alright, so you get over there, and then you get in the back there. Alright, let's see. We don't want, I brought that one back there too. I don't want to do that. Okay. We want you to stay. So let's get, this has to come under here. Okay. If not, we'll have to just pull those screws back out. But yeah, see, we should be able to just pull it past here and get the belt out. Yep, there it goes. See, got it off. There it is right there. And then we can just put the one back on, and then we got our problem solved with the two belts, which will go on the back one right there. Alright, let's see. That's it right there. Get you in place. Did it go off? Yeah, it went off, of course. Okay, there you go. That's it right there. That's how it goes. And now we'll keep the other one as a spare, because I think I didn't look close enough, but this is the correct belt for that, so why waste it? Because first thing I thought is, well, I'll just get in there and cut it off, but why do that? Why cut it off? When this is all it really took, just to do that. Which, so probably, if you wanted to, you could probably replace that belt by snaking it through there, instead of removing the whole mechanism. Probably better to remove the whole mechanism. Come on, where's the screw? Alright, so we can get this screw back in here. Alright, so we got that one pretty tight. Let's get the bottom one pretty tight. We got to put this one screw back to hold that little clip in place. We're going to work on that. We're going to get this working 100%. So we're going to change some capacitors in it as well. We're going to try, hopefully, it's capacitors making all that noise and not the transistors, but I have a feeling it's the transistors. I've seen it before. And there's another issue where this, I realized that the pinch roller had an issue where it was, the tape was kind of riding off, and that's because these brakes, see the brake material had broken loose from the band, so we have to glue that back. Both sides have to be glued back on, although this one's not off yet, but I'm sure it will be. So we have to do that. We have to glue that back on. So, and that's, believe it or not, that's, oh look, there was a piece of the rubber that got stuck in there, and that's really nice. That's very important, that piece is very important that, that's, you know, it's in the right place. And now you have to have the proper tension on the, let's see if this will come on. I don't even know if this black will come off. I don't even know if it matters if that's remnants from the old from the piece of the belt that must have gotten in there. Shoot. I guess it'll be okay. I don't know if it really matters. I mean, for the most part it's coming off. It'll probably never be as clean as it was, but let's see, you can see, I guess you could watch me scraping this. It's like felt or something. I have small bands. I don't have anything as big as this, though. So I guess that's good. That's okay. I'm sure that'll be okay. So, pretty nasty stuff that when those belts start to decompose, it's not much you can really do. I'm sure these are common problems with all of these machines. Anyways, alright, so one of these is probably a tension adjustment, and I hate to you know, I may have to pull something off to get in there. So there's there's two screws here and two here, but this side doesn't look like an adjustment, but that's a very long, why is there such a long screw with a... Is that supposed to be there? Man, it looks like it. I don't know. Oh, that's the that's what actually hits the switch. I see. Yeah, that's supposed to be there. I wonder if this is an adjustment on this side. It's not going to be easy to get in there either. To get that. Oop. It's certainly not going to be easy to get in there. I don't want to strip the screws. Yeah, maybe I'll try to get this back on. Let me see. I could remove this piece. Let's see. Yeah, we could remove this. This is all, everything is an adjustment, and that's the problem. I don't think this matters though. This just grabs the well, I mean, I guess it has to line up with the front panel, but let's see how we can do it. If we don't use glue that... Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I see a way. I see a way. We could remove this little clip right here. Okay, so if we just pull this whole thing off, right? Should be able to get that off. Yep, there it is. There you go. That's it. So, man, that's nasty. I wonder what kind of glue. I guess we could use, probably the best thing to do would be glue it and wait. The shoe glue is probably going to be the best glue for the job. Some shoe glue, because I believe it stays, this stuff stays flexible, and it's probably the best for the job, so that's what we're going to use. We'll just leave it. We'll have to pause here and just let it sit for a little while till it dries. That'll just have to be that, but it's fine. So it looks like it goes right there, right there. Stay in there, get in there. Let's get it back in the, at least in the position, right? It would be nice to, you know what, if we get it back in the hole here, we can put tension on it, right, and then it'll just keep it in place right here. Alright, so let's let that glue dry up there and then we'll be back. Alright, this is actually the shaft that was over here for the what do you call it, for the tensioner, and I took it out and it was really stuck. I heated it up, I was able to get it out. Now we're going to put it back together. It said, I forgot whose video, I watched the video online, and they said that these were held in by a swage. And there is a nut that's swaged into the chassis, but it also, there's a screw. You take that screw out, the whole piece. Same thing for this here as well. For that other shaft. There's at least on this model, there's a... there is a screw that holds that shaft in place. So when you do this, there's a couple of springs you got to watch out for when you're taking it out, but it's amazing how whatever kind of grease that they use, I mean, this thing gets stiff. That is I never felt grease. Actually, I shouldn't say that. On some of those old turntables, BSR, I think, or I would see sometimes I've seen that where they've gotten so stiff that you can't pull the platter off and it spins the whole thing around. Now we're going to lube the shaft a little bit again, a little bit of shaft lubing. We'll get a little bit of shaft lube on there. Molly-tone grease. And then we'll put a spot of let's see, what can we use? We got all kinds of oils here. We're going to put the sintered bearing oil on, just a little dash in here. Just a little dash of little spot of oil right there. That's all you need, really. It'll work its way around. We're going to turn it around in there anyway. Oh yeah, feels nice now. Ooh, a nice smooth shaft. Now that's what I call a smooth shaft. Wipe off the excess. We don't need excess in here. That's good. All right. So, very interesting. It's a very interesting way that this thing works. So let me go ahead and get it back together, and then I'll be. So here's the piece all put together. Ooh, I don't want to keep dropping everything. Don't get old, guys. Don't get old. Anyway, now it just moves freely. I did kind of mark it up a little bit, trying to pull it apart, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Now we're going to go ahead and put this back on. We'll go ahead and get. Okay, so if you can see inside here, right there is the screw right there that pulls that out. So that's the screw right there. So, and it went this way. This is how it was. Okay. Okay. That's it. That's how she went. Okay. All right. So, and that's pretty much how the thing was before. Now it works. I had a feeling that was supposed to be supposed to move a little bit, but I wasn't 100% sure. But now I am. Alright, so anyway, that's the whole thing. The only thing that I did is I pulled this little rubber piece off, and I noticed that it was glued on originally, so I'm going to try to clean it out because I got some lubricating oil on it. I'm going to just put a little spot of glue back on there. I don't think it'll matter, but you never know. I guess it could come off at some point. Let's see. You know what, let's use this. It's easy to get to it. I guess this little piece of rubber prevents the little arm from making noise. Is probably all it does. That's probably all that little piece of rubber is for. Prevents it from clunk, 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 clunk. Yep, that's about it. So, got a little bit of glue in there. That should be fine. That'll be the end. Probably help if I had the camera in the right place. Oh well. You'll see me do it now. So we got to get this. That spring has to go underneath here. got to get it back onto the little shaft without bending anything. Alright, well, we got it back on. Just like everything else, it was a little tough without removing all these things. And all these things have alignment pegs, so I don't want to, if I don't have to take it off, I'd rather not. But I got it back on there. It's all good. And you got to, I put the springs back where they were originally, so everything looks good. Everything looks good. This is on there. This is good. We're going to go ahead and get ready to give this thing a test here in a minute. I think we're going to make that just a tiny bit tighter, this spring right here, because sometimes that switch doesn't make, I notice. Sometimes it just doesn't, if it goes slowly, it doesn't make the switch. So I think we're going to go ahead and give that a little extra oomph there. Let's see, I think, which way was it? This way, man? You know what, I need to get this in a better spot. Everything is difficult. Everything's tight. Yeah, that's good. That looks good. That looks good right there. Just tighten that. Even if you let it go very gently, it still turns off, and that's what we want. That's how it's supposed to work. So, let's see. I guess we could, even just the way it is, we can put this back on and we can give this thing a try. Let's see how everything's working. I don't even think we need to put the real, well, I guess we could probably do it without the real tables. We can probably just do it. So let's see what happens. Everything looks good. Alright, oh, get rid of the trash. I'm going to go ahead and set the amplifier up and then I'll come back. I was looking through some of the other reels and I found these, and they look new also, these very, the larger take-up reels. So we got a couple of them actually. We've got another one right here. It's another one. So I got some larger ones that have the larger hub, but I don't have the adapters. So that could be a problem. So let's just do this one. We'll give it a whirl. Well, we got to put the pinch roller back in. Let's push that pinch roller back in for now. Let's see. Alright. Let's try this the Scotch tape. We've got a Scotch tape right here. Let's see. Those metal reels look pretty nice actually. Alright, let's see, let's plug it in. Where's the go in here. Where's the other end of that plug? Right here. Need to plug the amplifier in. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, those loud, what do you call it? Transistors. Let's see what happens here. Alright, let's see what happens. Which one was play? I think it was the one right next to the red one. Well, what did I do? We got a twist in the tape. That's no good. We got to do that again. See, now it's when that thing is moving, the tensioner is moving, it's actually touching this, yeah, that looks better, huh? And notice the pinch roller is not riding anymore. It's not, the tape isn't riding. Yeah, I need to get the right, well, actually we don't have the tables on it, but seems to be working a lot better now. That was it. So what I also found out is you can get this conductive tape you put on the you could put on the tape itself, and you ride the tape up against this, and when it hits the, let me make this lower here so you don't get a copyright, because I don't know if these are when it hits this, it'll automatically, yeah, see that? It automatically switch. Alright, well, it seems like it's working now. A lot better than it was a minute ago, before we did what we did. So, this one's rewind. Very good. Anyway, I thought I would correct my mistakes. There you go. It looks good to me. Now we just need to figure out what transistors are noisy in there. As you leave it on, as it warms up, it gets a little quieter, but we know it's a problem, so yeah, that belt's good. Alright, well, I guess that's good for now. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing back together, and maybe we'll hunt for some bad caps or transistors or whatever's noisy there. Alright, well, thanks for watching this part, and we're gonna revisit this and get the whole thing working perfectly. Alright, thanks again. Be safe. Bye-bye. So now the mechanism of this thing is actually working pretty good. We still need to fix the, or at least find the noisy transistor. But the mechanism is working good, so that's a good start. But this is the correct way to load this machine, by the way. So it goes underneath this and then goes above that, through the heads, through the pinch roller, and through that switch. And that's the correct way to load it. I've seen a lot of different ways people have been loading this machine online, and this is definitely the correct way to do it. And now the tape doesn't pull out. This is correct. It seems to the brakes work good now. The pinch roll is good. It's very surprising, as old as it is, that pinch roll is fine. So I guess, like I was saying before, the idea is you could put metallic sensor tape at the very end or wherever, and it'll touch these two contacts and it'll play in reverse. Or you could just push the button to do the same thing. Then you push stop, play again, it goes back and forward. I'd like to find a tape that has something good on it, though. Would be nice. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the proper way to thread it anyway. Alright, well, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.